Hey y'all, this is Lucky Flair. Welcome to my channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and even share. As I stated, I am an artist. I like to create things. I like to make music. I have music streaming on all platforms right now. Um, but anyway, I said that I was going to talk to y'all about the time I went to Art Basel with a media model agency. I was supposed to be going there to promote my brand, and now I just got a story to tell. All right, so the year was 2021. Here in Atlanta, I was working with this media model group, and we were headed to Art Basel, Miami, December 2021. For about 6 weeks, we had Zoom calls where we were planning our photos, talking about transportation, talking about our reservations for where we're staying, just like so many things. Because I mean, it was going to be a group of 10 of us, and so many things just needed to happen. So much communication and organization does need to happen, like when you have a group trip. So all that was going down. Plus, we were talking about like what we wanted to shoot, how we wanted our shoots to go. So like while we're having these Zoom calls, I'm like, I'm asking, okay, so where's the address to where we're staying? Because I'm from Philly. Philly has Wawa. You know who else has Wawa? Miami. Miami has Wawa. So when I get deep into when I get like into my work, I like to eat very, very cheap. And Wawa, I knew Wawa would be hitting. Like I can get a sandwich, turkey sandwich right quick and go on about my business. So I was asking for the address, and it really took me some time. I didn't get the address until like 2 days before we went. And then when I looked it up, the Wawa was a mile away. So during our Zoom calls, I was talking about Wawa. I'm like, yeah, I need the address. I know where the Wawa at, blah, 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 blah. And I was excited about Wawa the whole time. We literally get to Miami, about to make the last left turn before we get to our Airbnb, and the Wawa is sitting right there. Now, mind you, we drove 12 hours in an RV, stopping at these little rinky-dink gas stations. I don't even think we stopped to get food. And if we did, it was in the morning. So 5 p.m., I'm hungry again. Like, it's time to eat again. We get to the corner. All you had to do is make a left and then make a right in the parking lot. When I tell you this man drove by the Wawa, I was like, oh, okay. This what we doing? This is what it's gonna be. Okay. Into the house, right? The house is not clean. We gotta wait 2 hours. So now it's 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm hungry. It's Thursday. It's December. At that, it's not even the summertime. So it's kind of like low tide for anything that's not in like the Art Basel area, right? So 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, we're like, damn, like what we gonna eat, right? I'm like, we could just go back to Wawa. And they like, nah, we gotta find something different. When I talk about getting scammed, so this was the first, this was, the Wawa was the first letdown. This is the second letdown coming. So we at this place, I can't even tell you where we went. I got pictures though. But we at this place, and one of the guys on the trip was talking about stone shell crab claws. And he was like, yeah, they're so good and they're so expensive and blah, 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 blah. So we ended up going to this place that had stone crab shell claws. And, you know, it's all seafood, so naturally the price is just up, period. So the guy, he goes and he gets the stone shell crab claws and he sits them in front of me. And he was like, match that. And it was like $100 and something. And I'm like, match what? Like he was like, I got stone crab claws for the crew. So like, you know, you going to get the dinner? And I'm like, match you or match like everybody? So he's just like, match it. And I'm like, match it for what? Like, I couldn't understand what the thing was. Plus, I was still trying to go back to Wawa to get me like a $7 sandwich. I wasn't worried about matching nobody meal or whatever. So when the other guy peep was going on, he was just like, he was like, nah. He was like, I'm not doing that. And he gave me money because everybody had placed their order. And then they was really trying to get me to pay for their dinner, which was crazy. Just pay for what, 6 people seafood dinner on the first night in Miami, like fucking crazy. So yeah, fucking crazy. That shit was crazy. So the boy just gave me the money. And then I did buy the one who bought the crab claws meal because he did, you know, I'm like, well, I'm going to take a claw anyway. So, you know, I would have paid for one, but I'm going to take the one you paid for. It's fine. So that's that. So, you know, it took some time for that bill to get paid because I'm just like, okay, well, I got the money for these 3, but like, what's up? So it just kind of went all the way sour. And then we don't even eat at the restaurant. We head back to the house. And that's the first time during the whole trip that the camera came out. And it just came out to like take pictures of the food. And I'm like, what? Okay. So the night ends, we go to sleep. Wake up the next morning, I gotta work. And so I'm like working, and then at that time I was wearing like lace front wigs, so I had to put my wig on to make sure I was straight for the day. Now, during these Zoom calls, they telling us we got events to go to, we got events that we can vend at. We had teamed up with this other couple. They got this big old bus, that like a Greyhound bus that they tricked out and turned into a shop on wheels. So they were gonna pull up, you know, we put our stuff on the bus, all that stuff. So we got this RV and we got this bus, and then it's all of us, right? We pull up to where the event was. It wasn't an event that we was included in, which I found out later. We pull up, and the cameraman, who is the leader of the trip, essentially, he like, we gotta find somewhere to park. And I'm like, we gotta find somewhere to park. Event parking. Like, there was this lot where artists were creating murals, but it was just like a free lot. It was just a place where they could do their art peacefully. It wasn't actually a part of the event. So he comes back and he's like, they're going to let us park in here. And I was like, let you? What do you mean let you? I ain't get no answer. Cause if we doing this and we got a vet, and if you told them right, then they know this RV and this bus need parking spaces, right? So all of that shit should have been worked out in logistics. Period. Like, period. So they're gonna let you park. Okay. So we do that, park up. We get everything going on the bus. Oh, excuse me. We get everything going on the bus. And what I realized, this is what it was. So earlier in the day, like where the artbasel like vendor market and all that stuff was, like you could go in any side. And then at night when the performances and all that stuff started, they cut it off. So when we parked up initially, all that stuff was open. And I'm like, well, okay, take the good with the bad. The people are here. You know, they walking in and out. It's not hard. When the main event started, there was nobody around. It was a ghost town. And that man put up a table in the tent, and he took out a pizza oven, and he started making pizza. And he said, go out, hustle your stuff, and bring people back. They could shop on the bus and then get some pizza for me. The closest main streets were both about a half a mile each way. We would have Zoom calls and, you know, whatever. And he kept saying, yeah, I'm trying to sell these pizzas. And it was like one of them things that you hear, but like you don't really hear. And I don't even know if that statement makes sense. But like I heard it, I take it to account. Everybody follow their dreams, do what they want to do. But as far as it like working out, how is it gonna work out? I don't know. You're supposed to be taking photos. So I don't really know like how this is supposed to go. Now, that's crazy. Immediately, I myself shut down because
a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit.
I'm not walking people a half a mile down a block. I'm not doing it. I am not that type of salesperson. Miami at 5 p.m. gets dark like any other place on the east. And it gets a little chilly because it's right there on the water. And it's December. So we down to the like 60s. So I'm freezing. I'm freezing. And at around midnight, I asked, what time are we leaving? And they like, we gonna leave. We leave when everything settles down. We are in the fucking middle of a parking lot that had no lights. It wasn't for me. It wasn't my thing. It wasn't my thing. So guess what happened? I went on the bus, on the RV, and I went to sleep without a problem. Gone. All my stuff packed up. sitting, sleep. At about 4 in the morning, we go to leave. It's 4 guys just out talking. And the photographer had a pew pew. The 4 guys just out in the street talking. Now, granted, they might have been like stick-up cats. Who knows? But he's driving, and he's like telling his girlfriend, yo, pass me my pew pew. And I am just sitting there, and I'm like, he better not pull a gun on these people. 1, this shit don't go over 70. 2, you literally gotta hurt them all. Not just 1, because what if they got pew-pews too? Right? All the bullets is going through the RV. Luckily, the guys got out the street, and we were able to go on our merry way back to the crib. Day 2. Now, we had, at that time, probably been in Miami for about 36 hours. And the only time that I seen the camera was with the food, right? Not during the road trip, nothing, just with the food. So, so I go and I set up. And then I'm like, I'm not doing this shit. I just kind of like, I'm not doing this. We haven't shot anything. The models was there. I'm like, do I need to pay y'all? I'm asking, like, do I need to pay y'all individually to like get some stuff done? Like, what is happening? Like, I don't know what's happening, but there's so many instances where I just feel tried, but I don't know what's happening. Right? They keep you confused. That's what it is. Scammers will keep you confused. So, I had asked, I was like, oh, so I tried to do this party with a famous DJ here in Atlanta. Well, a famous DJ in our country, actually. But the party was going to be here in Atlanta. And I couldn't get everything worked out. So the artwork that I wanted to do, I still had. And basically what it was just a, it was a kind of like an homage to Virgil Abloh. I went to the high at one point, and he had an exhibit where it was just like a billboard and it said telephone, and then it was another billboard and it said magazine, you know, stuff like that. So it was just like words and like how words play on people. So I called this one F. It was gonna be F in the elevator, but I couldn't get permission to, you know, art out the elevator. So I still had all the things, but I was just like, okay, I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna call it F in Miami now. And that's Flair in Miami. And I'm actually gonna add some clips so y'all can see like how it works. I thought it was really cool. So can you tell me about yourself right quick? Young artist.
What you say?
Can you tell me about yourself real quick?
I'm 17. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I've been making art since I was 2, so it's been 15 years. This is my second day in Miami, and I decided to come out here and do a live painting of Virgil.
This is your first time?
Yeah, my first time.
Second day.
My first time, second day.
Awesome. What's your name?
Rashad Manuel Jr.
And he's painting the one and only My guy. I had 70 F words. And I was just like, I'm just going to play on it. Like, let me see how it go. And I asked the photographer, you know, if he wanted to come with me because he wasn't really getting no content. And I'm like, come with me while I do this. And then, like, we could talk to people. You can bring the magazine, promote the magazine, and all this. And, you know, I was just trying to, like see what was up. We weren't doing anything that we discussed. So I'm like, well, maybe we could do shit that we didn't discuss. You know what I'm saying? But it was more so like chilling. It wasn't, but they wanted me to hustle to bring people down to the store and to the pizza shop. I couldn't understand. It just wasn't. So, hated that shit. So, I'm going around and I'm posting these words and I am getting mad content because the energy is just making it work. Right? Like, and the thing about it, like, I was posting the words blindly. So it took me some time. Well, not took me some time, but like days after, like I went back through some pictures and I'm like, damn, like where these words appear at, I did not choose. They chose themselves and it made sense. Right? Like it just made sense. And then one cool thing that I noticed is that somebody was following me, because they would go back. Like if I went back to see a word or like, you know, see what was happening, somebody came and like already covered my shit up. So I'm like, oh, somebody's following me. And it was like RGBPs. So I don't know. That's probably not the letters. But I'm going to show you some pictures and you'll see. No, I did the words on the second day. Got all these pictures. They started sharing my shit on Instagram, which wasn't bad, but like they didn't do no work. So like they're saying that it's theirs. Like this is what we got going on in Miami, blah 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 blah. What y'all got going on in Miami is a RV pizza van. No. The third day, everybody is like tired. You know, I'm like, what are we doing? What's the plan? And they just like, oh no, we chilling. And I'm like, chilling? Like we haven't done any shoots. So like, what are we doing? Oh, we just chilling. Comes to find out, the models end up leaving because they were supposed to leave on Sunday anyway. And yeah, it was just bad. They were talking about we were supposed to go to a yacht party, you know, whatever. Their plans ended up falling through. So I'm like, yo, I know this dope ass DJ. This is what he doing. So let's go over there. Again, on deaf ears. So I'm like, yeah. We go and we park down. I want to say it's a DoubleTree, but I don't know. We park down by some hotel. It's right by the beach. And I'm like, all right, like, what are we doing today? And they're like, we just going to the beach. So I'm like, okay. You know, like, just start taking pictures with each other, you know, hyping it up. And I'm like, ew, nigga, that's fake. Like, y'all are not my friends. So, clearly, y'all have shown me that y'all not my friends, you know, this whole trip. So, no, I don't really want to take pictures. And then it was his girlfriend's birthday, right? So we just kind of like hanging out. Go to the beach and we like, all right, so now it's dark at the beach. What are we doing? Around like 30 minutes later, the girlfriend realized that she don't have her fanny pack. She lost her fanny pack. So now we on the hunt for the fanny pack. And she is like crying profusely. And you know, she was saying like all her credit cards, like all her stuff is in there. And granted, you know, it's fucked up, especially to lose it out of town. Nobody wants to do that. But all the pizza money was in that fanny pack. Oh my God, I did not tell y'all the most major part. So after I came back from posting all my stickers, I come back to get on the RV and wait, right? Because the night before we had left at 4 a.m. So I had came back around like 11, you know, to get on the RV and wait. It is smoking. I go on it. It's just white dust everywhere. Flour. It's flour everywhere. They had to use flour to put out the pizza oven fire. They almost burnt the RV down. And I'm like, what? Like, that shit was just so crazy. So not only that, they almost burnt the RV down and lost the damn money that they made from the pizza. That's how you know. That's how you know. Bro, I didn't even put all of that together. And when I show you, this is my coffee mug. So this is one of the pictures that I took, right? It was called FINESSE. My word was faithful. What shocked me the most about this damn picture? Well, first, hold on. I had my headphones on. I was listening to gospel music. I was posting my words. I was taking pictures, right? And I'm just like, you know, I'll look at it later. What shocked me the most is that right here, it says air. Faithful air. Then not only that, it has like kind of like a matrix. Can y'all see that? Anyway, it has kind of like a matrix pill, right? But faithful air. And I was like, look at that. Because, boy, I really was ready to give up down there. I didn't know what to do. But, yeah, the fire and the loss of the funds. God really, really held me. This is when I tell y'all. So I told this story to one of my friends. She had actually. So we weren't friends. We're friends now, right? And it's more so like a trauma. I want to call it a trauma bond. So we really are. We're cool, right? But she's not like my best friend. You know what I'm saying? But we are cool. We do hang out, and we support each other creatively. But she's not like my people. You know. But we definitely have a trauma bond over this. She actually went to Fashion Week with them, and I had hit her up and asked her about it because we were talking about going to Miami. Originally, she said that she was going to go to Miami too, but after New York, she was just like, I don't have, the funds to do it. Totally understand. Simple, plain. However, this media group, they use words like family, my people. Oh, these my people, this my family. And when people use those words, it's such a gaslight, right? It's such a gaslight because it gives other people on the outside, they don't know where you actually stand with these people. So when I asked her how the trip went, she didn't speak because she didn't know how connected I was with them. So she didn't speak. She didn't tell me. And then after my trip, she asked me how I was, and I was just like, these was crazy, horrible. My trip was horrible. And she was like, yeah, girl, my trip was horrible too. I was like, yo, I asked you. Sis, I asked you. You could have warned me because I asked you. Neither here nor there. So now we have like this trauma bond over this experience that these people done dragged us through. Whatever. So they wanted to, what I began to realize when we weren't doing anything specific, I was like, this shit about to get weird. So we down there, we lose the funds, she crying, you know what I'm saying? We got to come to a kumbaya to make sure everybody is fine, everybody's well. And then they like, all right, we going on a walk. And I'm like, going on a walk? I definitely didn't want to walk. Like, I was over these N-words. So I definitely didn't want to, like, I didn't want to do anything else. So we go on a walk. We ended up going into this, like, really dope art store. And then we went to the liquor store. And then the funny thing that was happening when we were walking, at that time I had just recorded a song, which is streaming on all platforms, called Smooth Operator. And it's about a scammer. It's about falling in love with a scammer. And it actually ends on like a cliffhanger, right? Because we supposed to be in love, but like he a scammer. So like as soon as you get the feeling that you're supposed to be in love with a scammer, usually the story just ends and it's like a cliffhanger anyway. Like it just is what it is. So that's how that song goes. But the crazy thing that happened was there was an open restaurant that had a band, and the woman was singing Smooth Operator by Sade, which is also about a scammer at the end of the day, pretty much. He's a smooth operator. So I I just thought that was so cool because I was getting ready. I had just recorded it and I was getting ready to release it. It's on all streaming platforms. And to me, it was an alignment. I thought it was a pure alignment, but also an awareness of what the hell was going on. So we go to this liquor store, and now they're asking for donations to buy her liquor because her birthday is at midnight. So I'm like, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I ain't got it for y'all. So, you know, everybody else did it. Everybody's fine. So we go back to our buses and stuff. So now we go back to the buses and we drinking. And they like, all right, we gonna get on the trolley. So we get on the trolley, and then we get off, and we just walking. I cannot tell you where we were walking to. They're like, we just gonna walk. Where are we going? Where are we going? We just going. Where are we going? Like, why is that such a, we just out enjoying the night. I'm not enjoying the night. Like, I am actually pissed and I don't want to be around y'all. Like, I'm not enjoying the night. We get to 5th and Ocean. It was a TGI Fridays, and some of the people went in there to use the bathroom. And so I'm like standing on the corner. I'm like, all right, so what's the plan? Where we going? They like, we going back to the beach. I'm like, we just left the beach. We going to another beach. Right there in my tracks, I was like, I'm not going anywhere else with y'all except for home. I called Uber or Lyft. That shit was like $85. I was so mad. But I was like, I am not going anywhere else with y'all. Like anywhere. And so I went in the Uber, got home, went back to the home. That shit was so crazy to me. It was even a moment in there where this man, because at that time I just started calling myself Lucky Flair. And this man gonna say, this is such and such, using my real name. This is such and such from around the way. She ain't no Lucky. And I just looked, because I was like, nobody even calls me my real name. Like, nobody calls me my whole name. Except for my mother, like, and I'm in trouble. But nobody calls me my whole name. Nobody. So I was like, what are they, like, what is this? And I could not understand just why I was so, I don't know. I can't tell you what that trip was. I cannot tell you what that trip was. But when I was down, I was just like, God, you got me. He was just like, go stick your stickers. So 2 of the stickers I turned into mugs. They were also telling me, like, in the beginning, like, they were telling me to build up my fan base and to, like, buy fans and buy likes, buy followers. Buy followers and buy likes. And make myself pop in Miami. So twisted. So twisted. But yeah, that's how Miami went. That's how Miami went. And I really think I went because I needed a pickup. I was dealing with an ill parent. My dad, had begun his transition at that point. And I probably should have just stayed still. I probably should have, but I didn't. And so all that shit went down. And I don't have not one single, I do have one video, the compilation that they put together. Oh, another crazy thing that happened. So we were there Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We checked out Monday. And I got to go back to work. So I'm on the RV working. And around 3 p.m., I said, okay, what time are we leaving? And the answer that I kept getting was, I don't have to be back until Wednesday. I'm like, okay, but what time are we leaving? Because at this point, we had already checked out the Airbnb. Ain't nobody, doing nothing. So, like, what time are we leaving? And he's like, I don't have to be back till Wednesday. This is Monday afternoon. It is 5 of us on this RV, and ain't nobody saying nothing except for him saying, I gotta be back on Wednesday. Just a bad time. But I was chasing something, and what I really found at the end of the day was God, and this was proof that I was not alone. Because faithful air, that was proof to me after the fact that I was not alone. But even telling y'all this story, like the fact that the pizza oven caught on fire and they lost the money, and we didn't even stay out there until 4 in the morning. When I had came back to the truck, they left. We left like 30 minutes later. We ain't even, they didn't hang around like they did that other night, the first night. But yeah. Crazy stuff. I want to say, like and subscribe, right? Share, comment, like, subscribe. What could I talk about next? I could either talk about pageant, my grandmother's pageant, or I could talk about my birthday one year, or I could talk about I don't know. Is there anything else about that trip? I met a man who said he was Waldo, but I think he was the Cat in the Hat. But anyway, I thought that was some cool ass shit. Yeah. You know, it's real, something like magic. An energy so pleasant. It took me for a second just to realize you had me captive. Eyes locked into mine, our souls intertwined, and who could stop it? The palm trees sway in the southern breeze, and love comes easy. I've learned just what he needs. And we are truly meant to be in love. 'Cause he's a smooth operator, coast to coast, ain't no one greater, no. And when he navigates the seas, it's cream. He's so full of intention. He's for the greater good. Something like Robin Hood, 9 dimensions. Don't miss the semblance. And the purpose of this man, with a level head inside him, who could stop him? Palm trees sway in the southern breeze. Love comes easy. I've learned just what he needs. And we are truly meant to be in love. In love. He's my smooth operator. see. It's cream, cash rules everything around me. Yep.